everyone, welcome to Career Conversations. This is a series of interviews with professionals and educators which introduces students to different career paths. Today we are going to discuss content writing as a career path with Rupali Shinde from Curiosity Gym. Rupali is a content writer at Curiosity Gym and has 2 years of experience in this field. Welcome Rupali, we are very happy to have you with us today.
Thanks, Bhagyashri, for inviting me to Career Conversations.
Yeah. So let's get started.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So, Rupali, first of all, what is content writing and what does a content writer do?
So content writing is like producing a variety of content, and content writer has to, keep on producing different types of content based on the job role he or she is in. So as a content writer, you could be writing blogs for websites. You could be writing some technical user manuals or research papers, and at a times you could be writing communications for your product announcements or social media marketing messages. So it really depends what kind of content you are writing, and you have to also keep your target audience in mind when you write for them. So that's what a content writer do.
Okay, great. So, can you just walk us through your personal journey, how you have become content writer?
Yeah, sure. So I think it started in college years. So I have done masters in biotechnology. And during that time, in our final year, we have to do a research project. It could be in research institutes or industries, and we have to write this comprehensive, academic essays, research proposals. So what always used to happen, I used to write the introductory section and conclusion very, so that everyone could understand. And at that point, it was my professor at St. Xavier's College and my project mentor. They kind of encouraged me, and they kind of gave me that feedback, and you write this kind of sections well, you should consider writing. So that was my first instance, I would say. And to tell you, I have done biotechnology, and I always wanted to
That's
be
what
in.
That's what I was wondering. After doing biotechnology, you came into, this content writing. How did this happen? Yeah.
Yeah. As you know that I have done post graduation in biotechnology. So at that time, I was very much inclined into making a career in quality assurance and quality control in pharmaceutical companies or in diagnostic firms. So that was kind of my calling. By whatever we read in textbooks and have been hearing, I had that impression that okay, this is the path I want to follow. And to tell you that my very first job was in QC, as a QC officer in one of the diagnostic firms. So 3-4 months into the job, and I realized that okay, I am not a cutout for this. And side by side, I was always writing as a hobby. So I never really decide that I want to be a content writer. But it is something that I kept on following, or I kept on doing, because I never wanted to leave writing. I used to write about my travels, and the experiences, I encounter, and so on. So this happened when I started with my career. And the second instance was before joining Curiosity Gym, I was working at Homi Bhabha Center for Science Education in the education field. And I was always teaching when I was in masters, teaching biology to grade 12 students. So a little bit of my interest from teaching, then my interest in education and writing, and that job role also required me to create STEM content, writing lesson plans, or writing for educational magazines, educational research papers. So the colleagues there, or the mentors I got there, they really, helped me, they guide me, and the content writing took over from there. So that's how, and then here I am at Curiosity Gym again.
Wonderful. Seriously, that's wonderful journey. Being a biotechnologist and then following your passion of writing, which led you to do this content writing as a profession. That's really wonderful to know about this journey, Rupali. So, can you just then tell us then what do you do exactly? What does a day look like for you?
Yeah, so typically a day starts with we get this brief, or as per the requirement, we have to write on this type of content. So
Mhm.
one may think that as a content writer you just get on to writing, but that really isn't the case. Before even you get on to writing, you have to read a lot. And let's say I have to write on some topic from fashion, or some topic from any pharmaceutical company. So
Okay.
I need to read a lot first. That is the first thing. Then depending upon the topic, you have to, research and, plan the outline. So there comes planning. And
Right.
after that, after everything is in place, then you go on to write. And it takes considerable amount of time. After you craft your first piece, then of course you send it to your reviewers. They
Correct.
give you their feedbacks. Then comes multiple iterations.
Right.
So writing, of course, and then editing as per the feedback you have got or the iterations you do. So that aspect is also very much important. And then finally, when you think that this writing piece is good to go out, then you put it, you publish it, and then you have to sit back and watch how your content is performing. Is it engaging enough for people? What improvements you have to do? So it's like a
Yeah.
continuous cycle, I would say.
Wonderful. Okay, so what type of opportunities are there in this field of content writing?
Also, content writer itself is an opportunity, but along with that, let's say you could be a content reviewer also. So you
Mm-hmm.
have, let's say, you've gathered enough of experience being a writer, then you could go on to become a content reviewer, wherein you review other, your colleagues' content, right?
Okay.
Then you could have your team of writers. You could be content, manager and content strategist. You could be. So there are ample opportunities in different segments, in academia also, in scientific writing communities. So
Right.
these kind of opportunities exist.
Okay, so along with just not for the marketing purpose, but there are various other fields as well that
Right.
needs writers, like technical writers, scientific writers.
Exactly, exactly.
Great. Okay, so what would be your advice for the juniors who would like to enter in this field and start their journey in content writing?
So for advice, I would say, firstly, if you have a little understanding that you like writing, or you would want to do career in content writing field, take your time. Read a lot, read different writing styles, and understand what kind of writing style you would want to follow. Right,
Right.
we call it as identifying your niche.
Correct.
So once you have that, you spend time writing and getting feedback. And secondly, the advice which I would like to give, that the mistake which I did, uh, that I should have done it earlier, that show up with your work. Whatever you write, you may be writing on your personal blogs, or posting some articles on Medium. There are these websites. So
Yes.
show up with your work. Take that feedback, because that is going to help you improve. You have to get your work out there, and only then people are going to get to know you.
Correct. Correct. Okay. So, I mean, if you are a high schooler, for example, let's take an example. If students are in high school right now, so
Yeah,
what would be the, I mean, there are a lot of competitions out there which
right.
requires you to participate for blog writing, or in lots
Mhm.
of sort of writing competitions are there. So, what do you think on that? I mean, did you participate before? Uh,
Yeah, I think during school years also, and even in during college years, so there used to be a lot of essay writing competitions, or let's say creative writing, where you get some two-liner brief that this is what is happening, and you have to come up with the story on that. So I think yes, it boosts up your creativity like anything, because
right.
then you think and then you try to articulate your thoughts. So I would very much encourage high school students to take part, even though you don't want to become a writer, let's
Right.
say,
Right.
right? And then you participate, then you actually get to know that how good you are with your writing, or what kind of improvements are needed. So just get hands on to writing.
Yes, yes. Because when if I mean that's the expression that it's every field requires, that whatever you think you should be able to express it in your words, and that is
Correct.
a very important skill. Even if you don't want to become a content writer, this is very important skill that one should have. And from high schoolers only, if you start doing that, that will be wonderful for wonderful.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. So, what is that most amazing thing you like about this field, Rupali?
So there are a couple of actually. First thing is when you are a writer, you are a lifelong learner. So whenever, let's say, you are given to write on any topic, so you can't know about anything and everything, but then you can research and you get to read a lot. So in that the whole process, your knowledge about different things also increases, and you get to understand the different perspectives when you read from multiple sources, and in a way it also helps you to form your opinions or your perspective. So that's the first thing I like. And secondly, the creativity. So the piece of writing is like, you can consider it as your brainchild. It is your crafting a piece there. So and when you put that piece out, and with this, if you can connect to people, and if they are coming back to you and saying, hey, I could really relate with your content, so that feeling, that is something which I like most. That gives me immense happiness.
Correct.
Mhm.
So, yeah. And so, what are the different resources? I mean, if I'm a beginner in this field, so what type of resources are available out there for the content writers?
Yeah, actually, as I said, even I was also on the lookout. I have studied biotechnology, and then when I actually, had this realization that, okay, I want to continue content writing. So I was also on the lookout of these kind of resources. So there are many online, course providers, be it Future Learn or Coursera. They provide courses in various categories. If you are a beginner or intermediate, and also in the topics, if you want to start with scientific writing or creative writing, or
Right.
storyboarding. So I would recommend to check out these courses. Then for high schoolers, as you mentioned specifically, British Council conducts workshop once in a while
Okay.
on creative writing. Those are also worth checking out. And another thing which really helps is being a part of these writing communities.
Mm-hmm.
I know ISER Pune, for example, have this, they conduct writing workshop where 20, 30 writers come together, ideate on the ideas they want to write. They write, they share with each other. So all this, this environment itself, this is like very, very helpful to hone your writing skills.
Wow, that's great. Yeah. Okay, Rupali. So thank you so much for taking the time and talking to us. And we're very happy that you joined us today.
Thank you, Bhageshri. Thanks for having me. I really liked
Thank you,
interacting.
listeners, for watching this conversation. Hope you find this interview interesting and helpful to understand content writing as a career path, and to watch more such various exciting career paths and conversations around those paths. Visit the MySphere channel on YouTube. And if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to mysphere.net. Thank you.